Greetings. Good morning. Greetings. Good morning. Today is Tuesday. Yes. Today is Mars Day, and Mars is in Scorpio, and the Sun is in Scorpio, and Mercury's in Scorpio. And before that, Venus was in Scorpio, and we've had a lot of Scorpio energy happening. So today is okay. So my intention always is to talk about the energy and the best ways to use it. I also relate it to my own story and my own experience because then that allows me, because I have energy is something that I feel. And so um, when I can feel it, then I can better translate it to support others. The deeper intention is for you all to be able to begin to feel your own energy and trust it because we are living at a time when our old systems are collapsing. And because the old systems are collapsing, the things that we have functioned in, the things that we have done so regularly, the ways of being that became our daily life, our culture, our religions are the energies are collapsing. The energies are coming undone. And so because those energies are coming undone, we have to create new ways to relate to ourselves, to the environment, and to the world at large, right? So we've been sort of captive in this Western white man's brain. That's what I like to say that it is, because here's the thing, this is a mental reality. Everything is mental, everything comes out of the mind, everything does. So all of the systems that we have been participating in the West, the legal systems, the medical systems, the education systems, all born out of white men and their ideas of what is valuable and what is necessary, really ultimately to suit their own needs. And that's just sort of human behavior, possibly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time in my anger any longer, unless it's necessary. I mean, if I need to cut some fucking heads off, I will. But the work right now is to really get our energy going in a different direction. So it's time, as the sun is moving through Scorpio, a lot of anger will come up, anger, depression, all of that stuff, because our energies have been so suppressed. And so when the sun and Mars are moving through Scorpio, exactly, we don't want to fall back into prior behaviors. Absolutely. And that's a part of the evolutionary process. It's like there's that Bible story, when they talk about Sodom and Gomorrah, and Sodom and Gomorrah is collapsing, it's burning down. The angels, like Gabriel, the city is burning down, and Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodom and his, I don't, the city is that, but then I can't think of the character's name and his wife. And the angel is telling them, just keep going. Don't look back. Don't look back. Because if you do, you'll be preserved as a pile of salt, right? So salt preserves. Salt also is a blessing. Like if you throw salt over your shoulder, it can be a blessing. But you don't want to be preserved in old behaviors, old ways of thinking, old ways of being. And so we want to, when things come up, we want to do the work to move through them so that we don't get stuck in them. And some of us, we have some deep patterns. So it's not about fear at all, because to be afraid of it is to compound it. And it's not about getting stuck in it. Just be with it. Be with it. Be with it in the ways that you need to. Like maybe if you have anger, maybe you need to go kick the fucking earth and, curse and scream and shout. And maybe you need somebody to hold space for you while you do that. Maybe you need to vent, right? My girlfriend, Kenya Stevens, wrote a book called The Up Level Paradigm. And she really focuses on how we can move our emotional energy by a process of venting and getting these energies out. It's almost like, like you wouldn't hold your crap. That's what she always says. If you need to go poo, you would let go. You wouldn't hold it in. You would release it. And so there's this So we have to address the things that come up, but we don't want to get stuck in the things that come up. And so we are having our own experience of Sodom and Gomorrah collapsing. And here's the thing, it's just energy. The system is collapsing because energy changes. That's it. The system served for the season that it was supposed to. We have all participated in it. White supremacy had its stage, and it was the star of the motherfucking show, right? But now it's not the star of the show any longer, and the systems that were built upon it are coming undone. And with that, also this patriarchal power, patriarchal leadership, all of those systems are coming undone. And today we have um, Mars in Scorpio, and Mars is aggression, it is anger, it is your attraction. And the thing that's so significant about Scorpio to understand is that Scorpio is how we access our power. Pluto governs Scorpio, and Pluto is currently in Capricorn. And Pluto is about power, literal power. And so Scorpio is translated around sexuality because sexuality is power, right? You can create another human being with sexuality. You and your partner, you can focus. You don't need to have a partner to have sex. You can have sex with yourself. And sex with yourself is just loving yourself and being with yourself and nurturing yourself. It doesn't have to be about orgasm. It's about really being in the creative process with yourself, because that's what sex is. It is two opposites coming together to create something new, and you can do that with yourself. You don't need a partner for that. But it is fun when we have partners. I like partners, I do. I'm not wedded to being able to have my creative power be attached to a partner, because that is limiting. Now, so with Mars, and so Scorpio is desire, because if you pay attention to your desires, power goes to your desires. So it's desire, it's power, and it's energy. Those are the names that I can think of, and maybe you guys can come up with some others, because this can also be an opportunity for us to all learn together, because I don't fucking know everything, but a lot of information comes through me because I'm a Gemini moon. So sometimes I'm saying things, the first time I'm saying them is when I'm saying them to you, because I really am allowing myself to be a conduit for spirit. And I spend a lot of time studying and reading so that I know what it is I'm talking about, but I also am allowing myself to be a conduit for spirit. So Scorpio is desire, it's energy, it's transformation, it's our sexuality, and all of that is really just these deep energies that give you power. This is about power, right? And so that's why they have you go and vote on November 4th, because that's around the new moon of Scorpio, and your power, they want your power. Like if you look at the Matrix, right? In the movie, all those bodies are plugged into the system, draining their power, draining their energy. Capitalism is about consumerism, getting you in a constant state of desire and wanting and never having, right? Seeking and never finding, right? Because what does it do? It pushes your power, your energy towards a certain thing. You are a power center. You are pure power. You are a center of energy. And so when your energy is going towards, oh my God, I got to pay my taxes, or I got to vote, or you're putting your power there, your mind, because like I said, this is a mental reality, right? So your mind, whatever you're thinking and whatever you push your power and your energy towards is what you're going to create in your reality. It's so fucking simple. But you know what? They ain't never tell us, so we didn't know that it was this simple. But this is why it's important for you to heal your trauma, be present with your shadow, right? So for me, my shadow is jealousy. One of them, I have Pluto conjunct my sun. So my shadow is power hungry. Like I'm really hungry for power. It's so interesting to watch it. Like, oh my God. But because it's Pluto, I'm secretive about it because Pluto knows how to keep her fucking truth to herself. But the shadows, like, you have to pay attention to it. So pay attention to your shadows. Pay attention to them. Don't judge it because that is where your power is locked up. So if you see the things in you, oh, I'm jealous, or oh, I'm full of anger, I'm full of rage, I'm manipulative. All those things, whatever those things you see, that's information about you. It's information about your energy. You are the image and likeness of God. That's the truth about you. That's it, right? You are the image and likeness of God. How has the energy and power been distributed it through your psyche as we've been living in this culture that's based on competition, that's based on fear, that's based on scarcity and not having enough? Some people win, some people lose. All of those energies then become the shadow because you start to feel like, oh, I can't have what I want. Or, if I have sex, this person is going to think I'm a whore or a slut. Because, Pluto is also about your sexual desire. So when we start suppressing our sexual energy, that becomes our shadow. It becomes the way that we are disconnecting from our power, our desire, but it doesn't go anywhere because energy doesn't die. It only transforms. Isn't that something? Energy does not die. It only transforms. I am drinking, I made some fresh ginger honey lemon tea because one of the things I've been noticing about myself as all of these transformations are going on, I'm starting to eat a lot of sugar because the shifts are uncomfortable, and so I'm starting to soothe myself with sugar, and sugar is so addictive. So I'm having to really witness and ask my body, what is it that you really need? Because the sugar is an illusionary thing that gives us the sense that we are safe and secure while it's actually addicting us to behaviors that keep us out of our true safety. So pay attention right now to everything that's going on. And so how do I know that? Is because I can feel myself desiring. Why? Because Scorpio is desire. So the sun is in Scorpio, and I can feel myself desiring sugar. I want something sweet. Oh, so that's my desire. So what is it that I really desire? What do I really want right now? Because it doesn't have to be sugar. And then sometimes when I need the sugar, I do it but I do it healthily, right? So I do it with healthy treats. Almond flour, chocolate cookies. Right now I'm drinking honey and ginger and lemon tea. I do like healthy chocolate from, those chocolate bars that cost $10. They're still full of sugar though. So Mars is at the 6th degree of Scorpio today, and the 6th degree of Scorpio is about regeneration. And so this is a perfect time to be regenerating our energy towards something else. So this morning when I was doing my morning practice with a woman where we do Kali practice, I noticed that it's hard for me to stay in the practice. There's so much intensity in it. It's hard for me to stay in it. And so I want to check my phone and look at my text messages and do all of those things because what it is that it's hard for me to be really present with myself because I have a Libra South Node. So my energy always wants to go take care of things in the external world and overlook what's going on inside of me, how I'm feeling. So many of us feel things. Like I said yesterday, when you were young and you didn't want to go to school on Tuesday, and even though you didn't want to do it, you still had to do it. So we were conditioned to do things that we didn't want to do. And so many of us are still doing those things now, doing things that we don't really want to do because of obligation, because of codependence, because of, the agreements that we made that are out of alignment with our nervous systems and our psyches and our purpose, right? So I'm noticing that it is hard for me to be really in my own body. What's going on with me? So my tendency is to give my energy away. So because of Mars at the 6th degree of Scorpio, it's regeneration. So I'm looking deeply. Scorpio is about deeper, right? Going deeper. And I'm looking deeply at that pattern inside of me and asking, well, what else can I do? So right now it's such a tender pattern. I can't do anything else with it but notice it. I'm just noticing it. Oh, I have this pattern. I'm about to check my phone right now. I know when I check my phone, ain't gonna be shit on there that was necessary. But I'm not wanting to be present with what's going on with me, so I'm gonna check my phone. And that's how my desire runs me. That's how my desire has power over me, and I don't have power over it. You see? Mars in the eighth house, feeling the transformative energy intensely. I love it here. Yes, I'm right here. Oh, that's so good. That's really good. So the moon is also in Capricorn, and the moon is going to conjunct Pluto in a few hours. So the moon in Capricorn is about discipline, structure, focus. These energies are not easy for everyone. Let me say that. They're not so easy for me, especially if you're on your phone a lot. And really, so it's about really paying attention to what's going on inside of you. So if you're with people and like really, so if you're listening to people, pay attention to how do you feel when you hear this person talk? How are you experiencing it? Is what they're saying resonating with you? Notice their body movements, all these sort of things. This is how you get present in your own reality. Listening to yourself, learning to be present to your own self, so that when you get direction of like, oh, I got to do this, you know what to do because you have cultivated a relationship with yourself, the deeper relationship with yourself. So Capricorn, the moon in Capricorn is about structures, focus, isolation, discipline, like really listening. And then it's going to conjunct Pluto. So the energy today can be a little hard, can be a little heavy. So you might want to do some blessings for the day. Because so I'm going out to be with somebody and we're doing a photo shoot for something. And the moon is going to conjunct Pluto, which means that people can be sensitive. Things can, people can be accident prone. So I'll do a little ritual before I leave the house to envision and hold the energy for things flowing smoothly, for there being joy, for there being goodness and open heartedness, because I'm creating a new structure. And what I understand is that this is a mental reality, right? So because I am thinking in a new way about this Plutonian energy, literally understanding that Pluto energy is about authority and Capricorn, right? So Capricorn is the patriarchal authority, external authority. And I know that we have Venus in Capricorn. We're about to do a retrograde coming up. And so literally we're bringing the authority back to ourselves. So I'm like, well, what do I want to experience the day as? Since I have the authority, it's going to be what I say it is. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be joyful. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be an amazing photo shoot. Everybody's going to be happy. We're going to put out such amazing energy that this photo shoot is going to change the reality of whatever the person was intending. It's going to be so fucking good. They're going to be like, wow, this was amazing. The concept is going to be great. Everything's going to work and flow. Why am I doing that? Because Pluto is in Capricorn and I'm not waiting for anything. It's bringing the authority back to me. So I have the authority. Name it. Name it what you want it to be. Come into your power. Come into your power. All right, y'all. I think that's it. I think I don't have anything else. Let me see if there's anything I missed. My sugar addiction has been screaming. Oh, I know. I know. Let me tell you, this sugar stuff, this European system literally has created slaves. And this is a system that created slaves. It's made to create slaves. And let me tell you, we all have participated in this whole slave thing because we're slaves to something. We're slaves to something. And that's the thing to understand. Like, where are you giving your power away? Because wherever you're giving your power is what you're a slave to. You can also love your power in certain acts as well. Just don't get, yes, absolutely. Made a large pot of that a couple of days ago. I'm drinking it all day long. Jealousy. Oh, I feel that. Your honesty helped. Yes, that jealousy is a mother. But here's the thing. If you're going to be working with jealousy, go look to where it came from. It starts in your childhood. So for me, jealousy started from not getting the affection and attention that I wanted from my parents. that I needed because I'm a Pisces rising. So I needed a tactile connection. I'm a Virgo. I needed to feel in my body my connection to others. Pisces, Virgo, Sun, tactile. And my parents didn't give that to me, but they gave it to one another because they were having sex, which is normal, right? But they didn't even really give it to one another. But so it created a yearning inside of me of like, oh, I don't get to have love. I don't get to have connection. And so that generated jealousy, this idea. And here's the thing, jealousy is an energy that works that like a magnet. So if you hold in your mental reality that you don't get what you want, that you can't have what you really desire, you create a mental reality and the universe says, okay, so you actually begin to energetically push out what you actually desire. It's how it's working. So like magnets that you can't put together because they're an opposite. So that's what the energy of jealousy does. That's why I'm saying you guys got to understand energy. What does it feel like, right? What does jealousy feel like in your body? What does joy feel like? What does love feel like? What does happiness feel like? These are energies. These energies are alive, and the planets govern all of these energies. So Venus governs connection. The moon governs your mood, your inner world. So when you understand these energies, how they work in your chart, how they work in your life, how they work in your daily experience, then you can command them. When you understand them, you can command them. Think something like there's this thing with Jill Scott on when she's on that radio show with Charlemagne the God, and she said, "If you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to do." The same is true for the planets. If you can direct them, then you can direct them. But if you can't direct them, then you can't direct them. So you have to know them in order to do that. Okay, peace and blessings, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Use this energy well. I will be with you guys again soon. Bye bye.